It's not going well. God, I want this over. I can't move my lips, and this is probably the best it's gonna look. Tomorrow is going to be worse.
She starts her prep for her TCA peel, which is not wrong, but you have to know how to apply a TCA peel correctly. As you can see, she's starting to frost. That's perfectly normal. But then she goes in with more layers, more passings. You can see this client's already turning super red, starting to feel some discomfort. That frost is incorrect. That's way too much, and you can see she's reacting horribly. And she goes in with another pass. So this is just horrible. This client is leading right into second-degree burn.
Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's Cynthia here, and guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about chemical peel gone wrong. Now imagine trying to save money by doing a chemical peel at home, now only to end up going viral for all the wrong reasons. Now that's exactly what happened to one man, a TikToker if I may, whose skincare experiment has people across social media debating whether chemical peels should ever be done without professional supervision. Now let's quickly look at that video and come back.
Oh, I am about to burn my face off. I have a TCA 30, and we're doing a chemical peel. TCA chemical peels is one of the most aggressive chemical peels, and I'm doing one of the most highest versions of it, which is a 30. I have experience with getting chemical peels done professionally, so I've had 15s, and I had 20s, and I had 12s. It's been a minute since I had them, though. And so I'm kind of nervous on how this is going to work. A stronger or more aggressive chemical peel can actually lead to scarring with inside of melanated people. But luckily, I've been prepping my skin for a few weeks by using a melanin inhibitor as well. So we're going to see how this works. First, I'm going to clean my face with alcohol. You don't want your face to have any type of oil or grease on it. I want to add some petroleum jelly to under my eyes or on my eyelids because I don't want the chemicals to burn. I'm going to take a quick shot because I'm going to need this. Oh yeah, that burns. That burns really bad. I'm gonna set a timer. Set a timer for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna check for frosting or frothing. Oh my god. Oh man. Are you gonna do another layer? I can't answer questions right now. I'm sorry. This ain't no joke. I have a lot of frothing. I can't even move my face. Like it hurts to do facial expressions. The parts that haven't frosted yet or frothy yet, so I'm gonna go over it. Right now, it's not burning, but it's super, super hot. It feels like I got a heater on my face. But I'm gonna go in again, just under the parts that haven't yet frothed. Go over here, right here. Okay, I'm out of time. Follow for part 2.
I don't know about you guys, but I saw a clear skin before he started doing this.
Day 3, we are definitely in the ugly stage of this peel. I didn't start peeling yet. Just a little bit right there and a little bit right there, but I think that was honestly friction from my pillow. I'm gonna be extra attentive on those pieces. People ask me, why would you jump to a 30? Why would you start with 30? I didn't start at 30. I've been getting TCA pills for a minute, and I started out at 12, 15, 20. And now I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a 30. The only reason why I was kind of nervous is because I haven't got a chemical peel in at least a year. And so I thought a 30 may have been a little bit too much, but it was a calculated risk. I did prep my skin in advance, vitamin C, and it also works as a melanin inhibitor. Look it up. I live and die by this vitamin C serum. The common question I get is, why did you choose to do this when your skin was like almost perfect? I hear what y'all saying, but it was a subjective thing for me. Like I had a lot of sunspots and dark spots, and mostly because of my adult acne that I started getting probably like 2-3 years ago. And so all I've been working on my skin, I really wanted to attack that hyperpigmentation. And so that's why we went in with the TCA fit. I did use a neutralizer. I used the baking soda and water mixture. For those who asked about my post-care topicals, I I'm using Centel Appall. This is to help build my skin barrier back up and protect it as well. Using SPF 50 religiously, and I'll leave that right here so you can actually see. I'm also using 1% hydrocortisone as well to help with the inflammation on my face and to help prevent the PIH. Due to the risk for taking this, I knew that my skin was probably not the best fit for this, but I also know my skin as well. But I took a risk, and so far I don't regret taking the risk. But you gotta go through the motions. This is day 3, and it's gonna get ugly before it get good, but I'll keep y'all updated when it start peeling.
But here's the thing, this isn't the first time we have seen chemical peel gone wrong. In fact, social media is filled with people sharing stories of burns, hyperpigmentation, scarring, and even regrets after chemical peel, both at home and professionally done. Now, we're definitely going to go into how the public reacted to that guy's video, but first, let's quickly look at how a professional still damaged the client's face with chemical peel.
I don't really know how to accurately convey how little I want to be making this video right now, but I've kind of run out of options. So this is my story about my experience with celebrity esthetician Sonia Dakar and how she changed my face forever. I've put off making this video for literal years. It's a pretty scarring, literally experience for me. So I'm gonna try to get through this in one video and try not to curse, and I'm gonna try not to cry. So just please bear with me. I started seeing Sonia in late 2019. I was 26 and was insecure about having acne. That's not really that far out of the realm of normal for a lot of people. I tried a lot of other solutions and I stumbled across Sonia. I started using her products at home and then ended up going in and seeing her in her clinic. I was immediately enthralled. She was so intelligent and so convinced that we could be able to clear my acne, which if anyone's been through that, that's the dream. Pretty much from the moment we started working together, I was posting online about my experience and how she did end up clearing my acne. I was telling people to buy her products and go see her in her clinic in Beverly Hills. I even called her my LA mom at the time and actually took my own mom to her clinic for a session. It's a pretty safe bet to say that I was a very strong supporter. She also called me family, so our sessions were kind of this half skincare, half therapy. I really felt like I was hanging out with and getting advice from my mom. Flash forward to April of 2021 and I was going in for a routine facial, which by this point I had done plenty of times. We go into the room, everything is normal, standard facial, we're chit-chatting, and then she insists that we finish out the appointment with a peel. We had done a peel before, I trusted her. She, 1, is the expert, 2, knew my skin better than anybody else, and 3, the way it's described both on her website and in the room is having no downtime or irritation. So she starts the treatment. The solution is a liquid solution in a dropper, and she starts by applying it to my left cheek, then my forehead, and then my right cheek, and a small drop actually landed just below my left eyebrow. I kind of felt this immediate burning and stinging, which if you haven't had a peel before, they can have a little bit of a bite to them, but this definitely felt different. My eyes started watering. I hadn't been given eye protection, so my tear actually wiped some of this towards my hairline. Pretty quickly after saying that it actually hurt, she rinsed it off. I was given a fan to kind of cool my face down. It was still just really on fire, and I was kind of confused as to why this hurts so badly. So I opened the front facing camera on my phone to use as a mirror, as any millennial woman probably would, and saw what I thought looked like a white cream or a white lotion, but pretty quickly realized that that was actually my skin just burned. I immediately snapped these photos and I sent them to my group chat, where my friends immediately started freaking out. Rightfully so. One thing you should know about me is I tend to hide my pain and emotions in humor, so I tried to kind of play it off like it was going to be gone soon. And in the room, she was very much insistent that it would be fine, she would fix it, and her words were, in 1 month we would be perfect. That week was arguably one of the more terrible I've ever felt about myself. Every morning I would snap a photo of my face and send them to her and ask for advice on what to do, and she would give me a protocol of what to apply. I actually am so uncomfortable sharing these photos, but I think it shows what I was dealing with. So like, please just, I don't know, be kind, or like don't be mean about them. Like, I was scabbing and sobbing and scared, and they're just like quite hard to look at for me. And at the end of that week, I was actually supposed to go hang out with my brother, and she in a text said to me, "Is he gonna be scared to see you like that?" And I wouldn't say he was scared, and I can honestly ask him again today. He was pretty mad and upset and told me that I should pursue legal action pretty immediately. A side note is that at the time, I was actually just coming out of a other legal issue with an ex-boyfriend that honestly drained the life out of me. So the thought of going through another legal battle just didn't sound like something I could handle at the time. And I honestly, at my core, really trusted that she could fix this because she told me so. So again, with my brother, I kind of downplayed it, insisted that it would be fine. And when him and I were out that day, someone came up and asked me if I had acid thrown on my face, which I didn't realize at the time was kind of going to be the beginning of people asking. I mean, fairly invasive, but also it's on my face. It's a quite obvious thing. If you're looking at my face, it's one of the first things you see. So it wasn't that bizarre that someone was asking about it, but I don't think I was fully prepared for how often over the years that would come up. As the days and the weeks went on, I just kind of desperately held on to hope that she was right and she would be able to fix it. So I did about 18 sessions with her in 2021 and 12 sessions in 2022. These treatments often included pretty aggressive microneedling. I don't know if I can show some of the photos because they're quite graphic, and I think these apps might take them down, but I think this gives you a pretty good idea of what the treatment and the recovery was like. And all of these treatments were followed by diligent use of her products and kind of this constant checking in with her of, are we making progress? Is it looking better? And still feeling on the inside like I was permanently disfigured. We were kind of on this journey of the next one's gonna be it. And I kept kind of holding on to hope that the next session was gonna be it. She had promised me she was going to be able to fix it. To my knowledge, she never consulted with another professional about the protocols or what she was doing to fix it. But if she did, it was never communicated to me. During this time in 2021 and 2022, I spent about in the ballpark of $30,000 with Sonia. In July of 2022, I went in for my routine skin check with my dermatologist and decided to just float the question of if she had any advice or thoughts on what else we could do. She was pretty immediately, one, really confused as to why Sonia hadn't immediately referred me out to a burn unit or a plastic surgeon when this initially happened. And two, was really concerned as to what was actually in this peel, since in her experience, what an esthetician would have shouldn't do this level of damage. To this day, I still have no idea what was in that liquid. The dermatologist recommended a different treatment plan, which was 6 sessions of a laser. Again, felt kind of like an empty promise of 6 sessions and you'll be good. And that was another $8,000 out of pocket down the drain. Sonia reached out to me in January of 2023 and I let her know I was seeing a dermatologist and that we were trying this other plan because I just wasn't happy with where we were on this path to recovery. And I felt a little bit like I had been misled, that this maybe wasn't permanent, and kind of as things went on, it was proving maybe it was. And she insisted I come back for treatment. In the way that I was thinking during this time, which is maybe stupid, but I really kind of had this thought of, she was the only person on this planet who knew what happened in that room. So she's the only one who could kind of figure out a solution. Whether that was smart or not, I put my hands up on that one. So during this time, I went back to Sonia to see if she could fix it. I went in for another 10 sessions and spent in the ballpark of about $10,000 with her. Sonia and I have not spoken since 2023. I've since been advised by a number of professionals that the liquid probably was medical grade, or at least something that an esthetician shouldn't have access to, and that's what her license is under the California Board of Barbering and Cosmetology. I've also since been informed that the microneedling treatments she was doing to fix the issue are also not covered by that license. Flash forward to today, and I still very much have marks on my face, and it's something that I'm very self-conscious about. It's the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning, the last thing I see before I go to bed. And when I see photos of myself, my first check is if the P shape on my left cheek is covered, if you can see the dent of where skin hasn't grown back in my forehead is, or if you can still see the little white spots on my right cheek. It's just overall not a great feeling to have that be the first thing you're reminded of every single day. In total, over the years, I spent in the ballpark of $60,000 with Sonia. I trusted her with my face, with my skin, honestly with a lot of my innermost feelings, and to feel like this person wasn't looking out for me in the way I'd hoped is just really disappointing at the end of the day. I've also spent another $30,000 on other treatments with other professionals in hopes of getting my face back and having the pigment and the texture go back to normal. My brother gets married next month, and when my future sister-in-law proposed the idea of getting a makeup artist for the bridal party, my immediate thought wasn't, I'm excited, my brother's getting married, this is gonna be so fun. It was that the makeup artist is likely going to have to spend extra time covering up my scarrings, which is just on a human level really sad. The monetary piece of this is obviously, one, incredibly frustrating, but two, honestly quite embarrassing. But the real issue is the amount of time and energy and effort I've put in putting together every photo, video, bill, text communication that kind of supports this case. There's been no resolution. I've tried to go about it the right way and do the right path, both legally and with the board who holds her license, but there's been absolutely no resolution. The board actually has publicly recorded issues with her in the past and have put her license on probation before. There's also public information regarding her relationships with past clients, past employees. I encourage you to Google it. I went down a rabbit hole, and honestly, I'm quite shocked and horrified by some of it. Even with this mountain of evidence and what I like to think is a pretty clear-cut case, there's been no resolution, and the board hasn't been able to do anything for me. There's been no accountability, and to my knowledge, these services are still being performed unchecked, and clients just don't know, because it shouldn't be on the consumer to know what is within and without someone's license. Just because it's advertised or just because they're offering it apparently doesn't mean they should be doing it. And I've also been told that some of her recent clients are actually quite young, as in like young teenagers. At freshly 28, I don't think I was equipped to have my face permanently changed, but I just can't imagine someone in their adolescence walking in for a classic standard facial that you've gotten before, but walking out with your skin permanently damaged. I have two pretty young nieces, and if either of them ever had this happen to them, but somebody was sitting on the information that could have warned them or could have helped them, it's safe to say I'd be pretty livid. I'm not really the best at being vulnerable, and maybe that's part of the reason why it took me so long to actually sit down and film this video. But on a human level, it's just pretty devastating to have someone you trust so much permanently damage your skin and just not have any form of resolution or accountability. To be clear, this isn't a woe is me video, it's a be warned video. Not everyone offering services should be offering them. This doesn't just happen at sketchy storefronts or places that offer these like hacky deals. It can happen from someone touted as the Skin Jedi for celebrities in the corner of Beverly Hills, and the board who is supposed to be looking out for the consumer might not actually follow through for you. At this point, I feel like I've kind of gone through every stage with this: numbness, grief, anger, disappointment. I haven't really made it to the acceptance portion of this yet, but I'm hoping that if this at least helps one person, then maybe I can start to get there.
This is really sad. Was she experimenting with this lady's face? If we were to calculate how much this young lady has spent in trying to get her face back, let's say $90,000. What? How did it get like that? I feel so bad for her. Nobody deserves this, especially when you're a professional and you claim you know how to do things, and at the end of the day you end up doing total opposite. But honestly guys, when I hear names of certain things, I'm already scared. Chemical peel, hearing that alone is already scary. Now them even going further to say your skin will peel to get a new fresh skin, I've run away. I'm no longer in this space. Like, I've taken to my heels. But I mean, people do have courage to go through with things like this.
It's not going well. God, I want this over. I can't move my lips, and this is probably the best it's gonna look. Tomorrow is going to be worse. It looks really bad, and all those really dark spots like that. And these will all be gone, and hopefully all the wrinkles. Looking worse. Thought it would be getting better, but actually, it's just pretty dark. You can hardly see it. Skin's turning really dark, which means it's turning hard and callous. Now it is day 5. No pain at all. I just can't stand not being able to move my face. It's very crusty and hard, and it's starting to peel. I thought I was taking this pretty good until today. I didn't sleep at all last night because my neck was stinging so bad. The neck just peeled a bunch of stuff off and left it just raw, and it stings. Nothing can touch it, not even my hair. I had to put my hair back. Everything else is just stiff. Still can't talk. It's not going well. God, I want this over. It better be worth it. As you can see, a lot of the brown is gone and it is turned to bright red. But the tight skin, most of it has come off. I still have a lot around my mouth. I still have a lot of swelling. Overall, I think it's done pretty good. I just looked at the before pictures yesterday and quite a difference. Okay, it's 2 weeks today. This is day 14. I am breaking out on my lower face quite a bit. I don't usually break out at all. I do have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday and we'll be seeing what he says. Day 16 here. I've been using Hebiclens on the breakout and it seems to be drying it up a little bit. So it kind of diminishes the results. I'm at work. Face is coming along well. I love it from the nose up. From the nose down, it's still improving. I'm not as happy with that portion of it, but I would do it just for under my eyes. But yeah, I would do it again. I was always somebody who didn't really smile a lot because I don't like the wrinkles. I really like the outcome, but when I smile, I still have my wrinkles. If I don't smile, it looks great, but when I smile, you can see the wrinkles.
Wait, her problem is the wrinkles? At this point, I'm speechless.
This TikToker received permanent scars and chemical burns after their chemical peel. The famous TikToker Neo White went and got a chemical peel and found he was left with permanent scars. Thank goodness this man has been awarded $1 million, as he should, in a settlement. I really feel like this case highlights the importance of doing your research, and secondly, going to someone who understands your skin when you're getting skin treatments, especially something like a chemical peel. Neo White noted when he had the chemical peel that the burning was 10 out of 10. This is not normal. And he even told the practitioner that he had 10 out of 10 burning sensation, and they were like, no, this is normal. We love skincare and we love skincare procedures, but it is not worth getting permanent scars as a result. Make sure you research your practitioner. Make sure if you have a darker skin tone, they are doing nothing deeper than a medium peel. Your skin should not be peeling like this. If you are darker skinned, it's gonna leave you with more hyperpigmentation in the long run. And just don't go for the cheapest chemical peel, because I promise you, this will have cost Neo thousands of dollars to try and rectify this problem, and it may never go away.
Well, one thing I'll say is he got awarded real good. But I mean, would his skin come back? I mean, this is permanent scarring.
Okay, so this is for the people saying that this is normal. It's actually not. It's been over a week since I had this chemical peel done, and I'm still peeling all around this area. However, you can see my blood vessels, arteries, capillaries, however you want to call it. They actually burst and it's painful. That's how aggressive this peel was on my skin, and I am really sure that this is not normal.
By the time something starts showing the veins, the arteries, the whatever it is that is supposed to be in your body now visible through clear eyes, then something is wrong. Something is definitely
This
wrong.
is the most aggressive and strongest chemical peel that's available on the market. This is called the phenol peel. Not many centres do this in the UK. There's a downtime of about 2 to 3 weeks that you need to be off work after this. The results can take anywhere up to 3 months to appear. The peel is great at targeting deep wrinkles, acne scars, hyperpigmentation, freckles. You'll see the results are very impressive, and you can expect them to last anywhere between 8 to 10 years. Wow. Painful though.
I mean, people get these things done for reasons best known to them, but honestly, is it worth having? Because this looks really painful. This looks really, really harmful. See how red their skin looks like when they're done peeling.
Before you spend your money, just hear me out. Chemical peels are great, love them, and I think they give your skin a nice glow. They're not gonna do nothing for your scars. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, and I really hope it doesn't come across that way, but I've been there where I thought, like, okay, I'm gonna do this 5 sessions of microneedling, and then all of my acne scars are gonna go away. I'm gonna do this chemical peel, my skin's gonna be so amazing. And yes, there's like incremental improvement, but I just wanna like help people to manage expectations when it comes to treating issues surrounding acne to avoid wasting your money, because I've wasted a lot of money chasing behind perfect skin. If I can save y'all some coins, I've done something right on this app.
Unpopular opinion. You don't need no 3 rounds and no chemical peel. Just get one. That shit already $300. Cause look at my skin now. It don't look like $600 to me. Okay.
It is 3:30 in the morning. My cats woke me up, and then my face was starting to drop like a prune. So I said, let me just get up and moisturize.
I don't know much about this, but something doesn't feel right. Are you supposed to forcefully peel it off, or it's supposed to like crack on its own and you just pull it and it comes out? Because I could see her pulling it really hard to get it off.
I know you guys are so sick of me because I keep saying things like stop letting people play on your face. And this, unfortunately, is a great example of that. I feel bad for Shamia. This should not have happened. There's always a risk that you can get a side effect with a chemical peel. But if you go on the website and you look, there were 2 MDs that worked there, but neither of them were board certified dermatologists. One was emergency medicine and the other was family medicine. And if we keep it a stack, there's so much encroachment in dermatology where people want to make dermatology money and do dermatology things without the dermatology training. And there's no amount of Saturday courses or CME courses that should make you feel comfortable with trying to masquerade as a dermatologist. It's dangerous and people don't know better. And if many dermatologists can have the humility to refer out for cosmetic procedures, then why is it that non-specialists don't do the same thing? So to protect yourself, 3 things. If you're interested in a procedure, go to a board certified dermatologist, ask if they're comfortable doing it, and ask about risks and benefits.
I mean, it's really right that you go to the person that is specialized in things like that to reduce uncertainties. But I mean, some things are just better left undone. Now, let's quickly go back to the reaction of the first video we watched where the guy did the chemical peel on himself at home.
Yana, a licensed esthetician of almost 10 years, let me tell you where he went wrong. First things first, 30% TCA is too strong of a peel to go on Fitzpatrick types 4 through 6. Improper prep can lead to PIE, PIH, and unfortunately, hypopigmentation, which he will see soon. Secondly, there is no such thing as a melanated inhibitor. It is called a tyrosinase inhibitor. Vitamin C is not strong enough for the global Fitzpatrick type. I prefer kojic acid, phytic acid, or azelaic acid. He also said it had been a year since his last chemical peel. So to go that strong after a year is crazy. And if you are not a licensed esthetician, please stop trying to play esthetician at home. Put the peel down.
Okay, so this is going to be my last update on this situation. This morning I made a very lighthearted video reaction to this man applying a 30% TCA peel to himself because that was honestly shocking. And it was all light and funny, but seeing what he looks like now, this is day 3, I don't really think it's funny anymore. And before anybody twists my words, I am not saying that he is scarred, and I'm not saying that his outcome is guaranteed to be bad. And I really hope that he genuinely heals beautifully because he had really beautiful skin before he did this. But what I'm saying is that this is just the beginning of his recovery and he is nowhere near out of the woods. And a lot of people think that the dangerous part of chemical peels is the application. And as professionals, we often know that when the healing process begins, that's when the story starts to truly show. And when I look at this photo, I see significant inflammation, very uneven healing patterns, areas that have different depths of penetration. You could see some are darker, some are lighter. And you can also see areas that appear that he is manually pulling and lifting skin that's not ready. And the pink areas don't necessarily mean that something's going wrong. But if he were my client and he sent me these photos, I would not be as calm and confident as he is in this video. I would be checking in frequently and he would be monitored very closely. And he would be under physician oversight. And I would be watching very closely for any signs of delayed healing, excessive inflammation, adverse hyperpigmentation or even hypopigmentation, infection, textural changes, and any other types of adverse effects so that intervention can happen sooner than later. And what scares me and concerns me the most is that pigment complications do not show up immediately. Many people assume that once the peeling starts, they're in the clear, and they're not. Hyper or hypopigmentation can start anywhere between 7 and 10 days, and that can continue to develop within the next 20 to 30 days. And that's just the beginning of the healing and beyond. And sometimes skin can look like it's doing just fine, only for pigment changes to emerge weeks later. And that's because that's how long it takes for the inflammatory response to start to show. And if significant pigmentation starts to occur, the recovery and the fix can be much longer and difficult. And that would likely be physician-managed pigment suppression protocols, prescription strength topicals, possibly oral therapies, very strict sun exposure and heat exposure, with ongoing corrective treatments in the office aimed to reduce and regulate any inflammation inside the tissue and to help regulate that pigment production. And in many cases, that's going to be treatments like a 1064 laser that are often used to help manage pigment and inflammation post-recovery of these types of aggressive treatments. And now I want to make something very clear. No matter what happens to this individual, whether he heals beautifully and perfectly or develops complications, I personally would never recommend this peel to his Fitzpatrick skin type of a 5 and 6, and certainly not done by themselves at home.
There are certain things you don't try at home, like leave certain things for the professionals. Like there are things when you hear their name, you just leave them for the professional. Or better still, guess what? You don't even try to do them at all. Especially if you don't need it, like need it. Because from what I can see, most of these people that are having chemical peels don't actually need them. Their skins looked beautiful before the peel. Some even had worse skins after the peel. Some no difference. Like it's the same as it was before you had the peel. So what is the point of this whole peel anyway? I know there are some people that this peel works really good for. I mean, kudos to you if you're one of them. At the end of the day, you can just get a good skincare routine, to help you clear whatever it is you're dealing with. Or better still, change your diet, because sometimes acne comes from what we eat. But by the time you put in veggies, you put in fruits, you put in enough water, your diet is balanced, you end up with really good skin, trust me. But yes, guys, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Have you had chemical peel before? Did it work for you? And yes, let me know what y'all think about this, okay? And yes, beautiful people, I've come to the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.